Hey guys, welcome to Java Chat. We're here now with another friend of mine's, good buddy of mine's that we've had numerous cups of coffee together. Gentleman's name is Josh. Josh, did I say your last name correctly? Hite?
Hite, yep, Hite.
Okay. Josh is in one of the heavier affected areas of the COVID-19 virus, an area known as Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
And Josh is on the podcast with us today because one of the things that we've been trying to do is talk about how to be a leader in the midst of a pandemic. And he comes from a very particularly interesting background. How do I say it, Josh? What do you do?
I am a residential counselor at a crisis residential center for runaway and homeless teenagers.
Okay, so not only is there COVID-19 to worry about, he deals with other teens that are at risk, is what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, I work with at-risk youth is how we define it.
Okay, cool. So being in like friggin' epicenter number 1, because you guys were like the first ones to get hit with this.
Yeah, we had the first 6 deaths in the United States.
Yeah, so give me an idea, or give us an idea of what it is that what's the feeling? I mean, how are you guys doing? And I know you're not in complete lockdown yet, but there's already people, as I understand it, being quarantined. You know, old folks' homes are being, or the convalescent homes are being like seriously watched and protected, thankfully. But what's going on up there?
What's going on over here pretty much is that we are pretty much being asked to stay in our homes unless you work for an essential service, which I do. So I actually have to carry around a laminated card in my wallet that says that I work for an essential service. So if for whatever reason law enforcement pulls me over, is like, hey, why aren't you in the home? I can have this card to say, hey, I work for essential service. I'm heading to work, or I need to gather supplies or things of that sort. And I also have a letter from the nonprofit that I work for stating, we are an essential service. He needs to go to work. And this is stay at home for everyone. It's not just people like myself with compromised immune systems or those who are 65 plus.
Right.
Everyone across the board.
Yeah. So you guys have gotten a lot further along than we have. I'm in Nevada. Obviously, we have a shelter in place. They call it an order, but I think it's more of a heavy suggestion. Mm-hmm. Although right now, as you probably have heard, all the casinos are closed.
Yeah, and you sent me a picture of the strip, and it's bare. It is like there is nothing, which is weird.
Not even one car. Chris Record, who's a good friend of mine, lives over at Vidara, which is city center, it's dead center of the South Strip. Yeah. He took a video out of his window. The marquees are the only thing that are moving.
Huh.
There is nothing moving on the strip at this time. So that part is affected, Las Vegas, obviously the economic part, but the rest of small town USA is still moving. They're still out there. People are they're not as active. So there are a lot of people that are trying to stay home, but it's nothing like what you guys are dealing with.
Yeah, no.
And when we're talking about working with at-risk youth, I mean, as it is, you're already dealing with quote unquote normal issues, and now there's this. I mean, how are you weathering all of this?
It's tough, I tell you what. And I saw an interesting statistic, and I know it's affecting us here in Washington fairly hard, that this is the highest unemployment rate in the United States
ever.
That's more so than the Great Depression.
Yep.
More so. And it is affecting us, a lot of us here. I have many friends who don't have work right now. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've had to use up quite a bit of my own personal, my savings just to get supplies and things like that I personally would need. Because I also got, we got hit with this COVID thing when I had bronchitis. So I had to get even more medical supplies and things like that and pay for that while on top of all this.
I didn't even realize that you had that, buddy. That's crazy.
So a lot of places around here, like the smaller businesses, they may not exist. They pretty much don't exist.
Yeah.
down Portland, one of the biggest landmarks, their Powell's bookstore is going out of business. And that's been a staple
Forever. Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. I know that there's a stimulus package that's in the works. I know it's already going through the House. I've got a few friends that are CPAs.
Yeah, it's been approved and signed as of
Okay.
last night.
Yeah, so I have a couple of friends that are CPAs. They've already gone through what's there and what's available so far. And I just had a call with somebody this morning, which was super encouraging. And the reason being is that everybody is being provided for. Not all of the procedures and protocols have been put in place yet,
Yeah.
but a good portion of the saving graces for those businesses like Pell's Bookstore and so on are already there. They just need to get with whoever their CPA is to figure out how best to gain what they need so they can stay open, or at least put themselves into hibernation that they don't lose what they have, if that makes sense. So that's some good news. I do know that there's a provision for like people that drive, the Uber and Lyft and so on drivers.
Yeah.
They're going to get an alternative unemployment benefit.
Yeah.
Again, protocols and stuff haven't been put into place yet.
No.
But a lot of this news hasn't gotten out yet, so we're still seeing a lot of people dealing with the negativity that's around this particular pandemic. And when you're talking about at-risk kids, how are you helping them? Because now they're kind of doubled up on things. There's got to be a real sense of fear or something out there going around.
Oh, there is. The kids, they can't go anywhere. Period. Like, we have to keep them in the house. Like,
Sure.
The only time we leave is to gather, go to the doctor or the dentist,
Right.
vision, like eye doctor, places that, have, have things
We're
in
back to
place
essential
for them.
services. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to essential services.
Yeah. That's it. We can only go to other essential services.
Yeah.
And that makes it rough. And because also the schools, because some of the kids at-risk youth I work with that stay at my crisis shelter have school. All schools in Washington are shut down. Every single one.
Same here.
Shut down.
Same here.
So, it's pretty tough.
Is there are they doing any extended learning or anything like that for the kids that are out of school right now, or?
I'm having to make education packages and things like that, and there's some online stuff.
Cool.
And,
so there is something. It's just not. It's more work. Dude, that beard is getting epic. That is a major good shape, bro.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's been growing out.
Yeah, it's been growing out. Mine's is getting there, as you can tell. It's starting to.
Oh no, I've been noticing. Yeah. It was just like I was looking at some old videos. Because some people have been like using liking some of my old videos and stuff, and I'm like looking at the difference in my beard. I'm like,
yeah.
Dang. I hadn't even realized like how they can talk about like essential services and like trying to help out the economy and stuff. I just ordered food off of Uber because it's like
best way to do it.
How about the people that need to make money?
Yeah.
And I had a good friend of ours, Julie, commission my logo that is all over my social media now.
She did really well with that. Was very impressed.
Yes. And I started doing Twitch streams to make a little bit of extra money. Once I get to affiliate, I'll be able to do so. But also when I get to affiliate, you'll be able to have make emotes to use that people can they're like specifically for you, and people can use those ones.
Yeah.
And you can have 3, and I'm going to commission Julie to make my 3 for me.
That's cool.
To help her out.
Yep.
So
we just started doing one too. I'm actually looking for live streaming hosts for another app. It's not Twitch.
Yeah.
It's called Up Live. It's a new one. And the intent is that there's, depending on the talent and the ability to stream live.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even thinking about reaching out to SurfFs and see if he wants to do it. They're looking for gamers.
Okay. Yeah.
And they do a salary plus commission.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
there's a place there for gamers. They're shifting. They used to be mostly singing and dancing, and now they're like, we need gamers now. We need to get into that realm, and they're targeting that demographic here in the U.S. So it's something that we can take offline and talk about some more. I'm actually in on it. I've got it. It's it's a way to make some extra money.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing here in Washington that's been, really people are trying to figure out is how to make that extra money with all this going on because of how much unemployment there is. Like we're told to stay in our homes, but then we're losing a lot of jobs are getting laid off, or companies are going down. Whether small businesses, even some like higher up businesses, they're laying off a lot of people and losing a lot of money because of this. But then like stores are hiring, but it's like, stores are or defined as an essential service.
Yeah.
Grocery
Same.
stores.
Same. Yeah.
So so they can get those jobs, but then it's like, how's your health? Are you able to go in for the interviews? Things like that. And another thing that's hard here in Washington is we do have a high Asian population. So the racism and stigma here in Washington, because we have like Filipinos, we do have people that have Chinese backgrounds, that have Japanese background, from the Pacific Island backgrounds, that people are like, it's not necessarily as bad, but you still see some of the stigma against people with those backgrounds here. And you hear about it, and it's like
there's still a lot of there's still a lot of lack of education. I don't think the media has been at all responsible. Their lines of questioning only pull out what they want, and it makes room for things of this nature to pop up. For one, if you're Chinese American, the hell have you got to do with bringing the virus over? You didn't plant it here. You didn't have it. It came over from China. And even get this, even if it was a family member, they probably didn't even know. This was one of those things that slipped under everybody's radar. There was nothing that and I know the conspiracy theorists. I know the conspiracy theorists have a whole bunch of, because we talk about it all the time. But anybody that's there, what would they have had to do with that? Why would you blame them for something that came from someplace else?
Well, and it's like SeaTac is an international airport. It's one of the major international airports in the United States.
Yep.
And it's like the first one of the first ones you hit coming from Asia. It was like there are the two main ones on the West Coast. It's Seattle and LAX. And so you go from Asia to those two. Yep. And then from there it spreads out to, like O'Hare, Dallas, Fort Worth, and then move on over a bit more. And
believe it or not, those two are the first, but you also got San Fran, which gets a ton of international.
Oh yeah, they do.
You get Phoenix, which now has a couple directs. You got us, which get directs. Our directs have been gone for a while. You've got Portland, which does get a couple of directs out of Korea. So it's just depends on the reach. It could have proliferated any place. It just happened to start in Seattle. But that's not because of people that live there, so that doesn't make sense to be. I get what that's. Yeah, it's not necessary. Yeah.
No, and what's unfortunate too is that, not long before this, our pandemic, prevention team through our government had been lopped off. Like,
actually,
we didn't have a pandemic.
Actually, that's not true. They got folded into another same function. Actually, Washington Post wrote on that because I heard that, and that was the first thing I went, like, why would we get rid of that office? That's ludicrous. They actually got folded into another office so that they could put all of the people together so they could talk immediately. When they were separate, you'd have some guys talking over here and these guys wouldn't be responding, and they needed to be involved too. So what they did was they put them all into one office. So people that were supposedly in that other office didn't lose their jobs. They just got reclassified and put into one big spot. It is not 430 people like it used to be,
No.
but the essential ones got moved over to where they could sit right next to each other and say, okay, what now?
So we don't. So what basically what happened was not as many people had eyes on it, is what you're saying.
At this point, the people that had eyes on it, no, it's not as many because it's not 430 people in one room, but it's a conglomerate of people that are both from the intelligence side and on the health side, the bioresponse team. They're all in one spot. Whose fault was it? Honestly, the guys that started it, is their fault. How bad off are we for not being able to respond fast enough? Actually, we responded faster than everybody else did.
We responded fairly quickly, but like one of the things that is still unfortunate is like we still are getting hit.
Oh
so
no,
hard.
there's no stopping this sucker. This
No.
little bugger has already mutated twice here. Because now I don't know if you saw the report on it lives on surfaces, and the sucker can now go airborne for up to 3 hours.
Yeah.
This was supposed to only be transferable by hand to face, and now it's able to get in the air. This is nuts. So it just begs the question: how much could we really have done if it was really if it's really that infectious? Would we have been
what's
able
interesting about it is that like it started like because I've read some medical reports, like it used to be only animal to animal.
Right.
So
it
like
mutated to human.
It was animal to animal, yeah. Then it became animal to human, so you can only get it from animals, and then now it's human to human.
It mutated again.
It was interesting. What's unfortunate, what a lot of people are just oblivious to, is that like we have 3 viable vaccines, potential vaccines. That's the key word. They're like people are like, oh, we have these vaccines. No, they're still researching them, and due to how complicated this vaccine, like this virus is, it can take till almost January of next year for it to come out.
Yeah, it could. I know that there's there've been a couple of reports on some of the as much as I don't care for them, that there have been some big pharma companies already working on versions of the vaccine.
Yeah.
I know Harvard Medical University is involved. We learned something recently. I don't know if you saw this, but they have found a trend in some of the deaths that have happened, and it happens to be ibuprofen. People that have passed,
I've heard about that.
Okay, yeah, people that have taken it or are currently taking it are most at risk of death because apparently this virus thrives on it.
Well, what it does is due to the effects ibuprofen. Yeah, because I have to take ibuprofen for anti-inflammatory for certain reasons, and what I'm switching over to primarily using acetaminophen instead. But the thing with ibuprofen is that it does affect your I believe it's your liver and stuff, and how you take things
Yes,
in.
it
And
does.
like your liver does help out with like your
Eliminating
immune
viruses. Yeah, it does. It's one.
So that's the thing of it is that so like if you're taking ibuprofen for your anti-inflammatory uses, like a lot of military athletes, former athletes, former military people who even like weightlifters and things like that, because a lot of us have or due to past sports injuries or things of that nature, because that's what we need to be able to function.
Yeah, we back in our days when we were young, we were told acetaminophen was bad for your kidneys. So
and it does have if you abuse it. So like a lot of times doctors will say it's like, for take ibuprofen and then
cycle it out.
Cycle it like 3 hours into it, then take the acetaminophen.
Yep.
Then 3 hours into that one, take the ibuprofen. So you're not doing as much damage to that one internal organ.
Yep.
And you're still getting the pain relief effects. And that's kind of what I've been doing, because I still have an injury that I'm recovering from. So I've been cycling through.
Gotcha.
And not just taking one or the other. I'm just kind of doing a little bit of both. But I'm also taking a multivitamin with every meal to keep up my health. And
you got to do that for sure.
and drinking things like echinacea tea that help out with my immune system, and taking a detox tea to get all like the detox stuff out as well to try to keep my health up with that, because I am immunocompromised right now, and I work essential service, so I have to be out in public. It's a double whammy. So it's it's a tough time here in the States.
I got you. It's yours in particular. With what we're dealing with, I've literally started helping to get, like, a lot of the proteins on the store shelves have not been available. Like, I go up to Smith's and beef, chicken, most all the pork's gone, hot dogs, sausages, cheese, all gone. So a buddy of mine who owns a food distribution opened up, so we're helping him get the word out.
Yeah.
I did not know how good pricing, as volatile as food and beverages. Can you imagine 40 pounds of chicken breast, boneless, skinless, $86, 40 pounds.
It's like, dang.
It's like $2.16 a pound. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, but damn, 40 pounds. So we're buying a case on Monday.
There you go.
And we're gonna split it between us and a buddy of ours, and then a couple of our neighbors want in on it too. That we're not gonna eat.
There you go.
Pounds. Yeah, we're just kind of doing the community thing. But the fact that there are people that are coming out and doing these things, because for one, the food distributor can't do anything with shit that sits in his freezers all day. It's not gonna do any good for him.
No.
But at the same time, it's good food, and if you can get it out to the public, let them sample what you got. Why not?
Yeah,
Right?
it's true.
So I know that actually there's an order that's coming in from Seattle. One of my friends' son's wife is pregnant, and she can't leave the house for 90 days, and neither can he. He can't leave either.
My stepdad can't leave because he just got. They don't think it's the coronavirus, but he got sick.
Any sickness right now is not good.
Well, no, and my mom, her health isn't the greatest, just due to a complication with the surgery from years ago. And she's in that age range where, like, it's not good for her to be able to go out and get the virus. So,
right.
As well. So they're in lockdown at their house for 2 weeks. And the sad part of this fact too is, since both my mom and I are part of the brackets where, if we get the virus, can be really bad, is that until the vaccine comes out,
you're at risk.
We're both at risk. We won't be able to necessarily touch or hug each other till it comes out, or all this dies out. Yeah. That could be till winter, till I'm able to hug my mother again.
That's rough.
And spend actual quality time with her. Because if I go to visit, we're gonna stay 6 feet. I can't walk into the house, and you have it.
There was Mel Brooks' son posted a video. I don't know if you saw it. I think it was on TikTok. About don't be a spreader. And he was standing outside Mel Brooks' house, just on the other side of the big pane window that he has. And at the end, and he's like, I could actually infect, 3 different people. Carl Reiner, who's still alive, Mel Brooks, I can't remember who the third one was, but says, I don't want to do that. So don't be a spreader. And then at the end of it, you see Mel Brooks look at his son and says, okay, go, leave now. Go ahead. See you later. And then he waves at the camera, tells everybody bye. It was so cute.
That's funny.
Yeah. Doing their part to still spread a little humor in the midst of all the craziness. It's obviously not easy.
No,
hey,
it's not.
So what would you say? What would you say to somebody right now who's dealing with all of this? And I don't mean the people that are sick. The people who have contracted it, obviously, send them good vibes, give them prayers, and so on and so forth. But the people that are still out here that are wondering, how do we cope with all of this stuff? Because I can't do anything. I'm stuck in the house. But Netflix and Hulu's only so good.
Disney Plus helps out. I watched
Disney Plus.
I watched 3 Disney movies last night on there. And it helped out. It helped out a bit.
I bet.
What I would say to people who are still kind of like, I just got a package, which is why I'm sanitizing everything, washing my hands right now.
Nice.
That's one thing, sanitize, but like, don't. Here's the deal. Yes, it's really bad. This is really bad stuff.
Mm.
But there's a difference between an pandemic and an epidemic. There is a difference. And, you know, we are, luckily, it's still just a pandemic, you know, which means it's widespread. It can affect a lot of people real easily. It is a respiratory virus like the flu. So, you know, if you have a cough, wear the mask. Don't go outside your apartment unless you need to. Don't buy everything in the store until there's nothing left. Don't do that. That's not helping anyone.
You're talking about the hoarders?
Period. Yeah, it's helping no one out. Period. It's not helping out. You are making it so that a lot of people that are at risk are not going to be able to get what they need.
Right.
You're not thinking about your fellow man or woman, you know, with all of this. It is a, like, sorry to put it bluntly, it's a selfish thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, think about it. And in this type of thing, think about yourself and others.
Mm.
Golden rule: love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yeah.
Help out others by staying home if you need, when, like, as much as you can.
Right.
If you're an essential service worker like myself, really only go to work and home. You're able to still take this myth out there. You're able to still go outside, people. You can go for walks. That's okay.
The sun's not gonna kill you.
The sun's not gonna kill you. Actually, getting a little bit of sunshine will help you out, because guess what? Vitamin D helps boost your immune system.
Absolutely.
Exercising helps boost your immune system. So I've been going for walks. There's a trail nearby my apartment. I can go for walks.
Nice.
I'm going to go for a walk. This is coming from the immunocompromised guy.
Yeah.
Go for walks. It's okay. You know, going for walks is going to help boost your immune system. You get the exercise, you get the vitamin D, you get the fresh air, all three of which will help you out. Just don't be shoulder to shoulder with people while you go for the walk. Stay to 6 feet away. That's perfectly okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
If you're really worried about, you know, getting it airborne, put a mask on while you do it. And then when you get
a bad idea.
And when you get home, sanitize your hands. You know, like
do the wash.
Sanitize, wash for 30 seconds. Sanitize afterwards. You know, if you want to, spray down your doorknobs. Keep little wipes in your car and wipe down your steering wheel and such. Like when you get into the car, when you leave, things like that. That will help out, honestly. And you know, just if you need to go to the store, don't go in.
Get in, get out.
Get in, get out. Only get as much as you need. Don't overbuy. Get just as much as you need, and then leave, because you'll leave stuff for other people who will need the supplies, which will help benefit everyone involved.
Actually, out here they have now put restrictions on the amount of TP and sanitizer that you would. So we finally did it here. They finally did it.
We've had it here in Washington for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah, they just started it last week with us, and which was like, okay, what took you guys so long to put that order out? I mean, I get it, you guys are making windfall profits, but that's not cool.
It was within a couple of days of the first big thing of that occurring here in Washington.
Oh, I'm sure.
For that to get put into place. It was just a couple days in. And also here in Washington, it's free testing for coronavirus.
See, we don't have the testing. Well, we do, but not as prevalent and available as like you guys have it. I mean,
it's free testing for everyone.
We've got 459 cases now, total.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are here.
I can't even think of all the cases here in Washington.
Oh, I'm sure you guys got way more than we do. Oh my gosh, you guys are in the I'm sure you guys made four figures.
Our military base is essentially closed off to the public.
I believe it.
JBLM, which is one of the largest military bases in the on the West Coast.
Yeah, they can't afford anything getting in there.
No, I had a buddy who was a veteran, but he's a working contractor. Who you probably know of, who I can tell you after we get off. But he was working there. He stayed at my place for a week, and he was helping out there. And he's now stuck down in Portland. He lives over in Texas. The main office for his company is here in Tacoma, and he was working contracting wise over at JBLM, and he can't go home right now. He is stuck in Portland.
I believe it.
Last I heard, at least, he might have been able to get home. I haven't heard, much from him recently. But yeah, no, it's tough. Let me tell you, it's hard. But yeah, like you said, take a multivitamin with every meal, people. Multivitamins, for the most part, your body only absorbs 8% of the vitamins are in the multivitamin. So taking one with every meal is not going to hurt you. I promise you. If anything, it's going to help you out a little bit. Eat healthy as much as you can. Getting junk food every now and then is fine. Just don't overdo it. But eat as healthy as you can. Take a multivitamin with every meal. Get some sunshine. Get exercise. Like going outside for an hour for a walk. Get that sunshine.
Not a bad idea.
Get the exercise in. Yep. Come home. Sanitize the doorknobs. Wash and sanitize your hands. If you're really super worried, take a shower. Get into some clean clothes. Try to keep your home abode.
Who needs clean clothes? I just pick it up out of the. Yeah, I'm like Sinbad. I remember Sinbad. There's two piles: dirty and funky. Dirty you can wear again. Funky you burn.
Exactly. But yeah, no, that's what I was saying. And when you go to buy things, only buy what you need at that time, so that other people can also access the necessary items, essential items that they need as well.
So I have a little something that I wanted to share that I learned about yesterday or today. Yesterday or today. A friend of mine's from Canada. Who where she's at, they're in lockdown.
Yeah.
And she posted up that one of her friends, she's not sure how it started or who coined the whole social distancing thing.
Oh, it's physical distancing, right?
Yes, physical distancing. You saw
physical distancing. I did see that. Yes, I saw that. And, that is a good way to go about it, because
we wouldn't be doing this if we did social distancing. We wouldn't be talking right now.
No, exactly. It's physical distancing. Keep that 6 feet of distance physically from another person. And
that doesn't mean you don't send them love. That doesn't mean you don't smile at them. That doesn't mean you don't wave at them, tell them hello, wish you happy, healthy prosperity, whatever.
Yeah.
You still got to send the vibes.
Like, I wouldn't be able to go to work if it was social distancing.
Exactly. And then where would the kids be left?
Yeah. But like at work, we're capping out at 5 residents right now, so that way every resident can have a room.
Yep.
Because normally we have 3 bedrooms that can have 3 kids in it, and then we have 2 individual bedrooms for those who would need to only have their own room due to whatever cases they may be.
Sure.
Physically abused or were physical abusers themselves, things like that.
Yep.
But and we had to get this approved through licensing, and they said, okay, due to the whole physical distancing thing of keeping that 6 feet of distance from someone else, we are capping our normally 11 residents in the facility down to 5.
So what does that do? What does that do for the rest of them? Are you guys acquiring new properties to be able to handle the others that are not?
No, unfortunately. And the thing of it is, and a lot of people don't know this, and hopefully your listeners will actually learn a little something. The highest percentage of homeless people in the United States is children under the age of 18.
Oh yeah. That's
it's children number 1.
Yep.
It's women number 2.
Yep.
and then as a category, veterans are third.
Yep.
It is not a lot of people, a lot of people get it mixed up. They think it's veterans and then men and then women.
It's kids
No,
first.
children's are number one.
Yep. Yep.
And you will not, and you almost never hear about that from any news source. That was just really sad. I know about it because I get it. I get it directly.
That throws me off that
from
they
my
wouldn't
work.
talk more about that, because that's like here we have a thing called Project 150, and there's a couple of other nonprofits that work here in Las Vegas. We have one of the highest homeless children populations in our country when it comes to kids attending elementary or high school. We're well into the thousands. You know, they don't go home. They just kind of leave, and then they come back the next day. They've set up the school district out here has set up food pods so that they can continue serving breakfast and lunch for the kids. For that very purpose, they know that there's kids that go home. They don't eat dinner. They don't have money.
Yeah.
They have nothing. And and I'm really glad that the school district is doing that. That they're holding to doing those things. But if there's
as of right now,
yeah, it's just, well, again, hopefully with what's being brought out in the stimulus package, and I heard from my CPA friend this morning, the first bunch of checks are going to be sent out on April 1st. So for anybody that's already filed their taxes, they're going to be the first ones to get the checks, and then they'll catch up with everybody else as it goes along. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Give me my $1,200.
Well, and in my case. In my case, it's $1,200 for the stimulus, and then I've got an alternative unemployment that I should be able to file for. And at the same time, because of my marketing agency, I'm going to be working with my CPA to file for one of those SBA loans, because I got licenses to pay for, and that $1,200 ain't gonna cover it.
No, but it's going to help. It's going to help me out because I have right now $104 to my name.
You got $4 more than me, brother.
Yeah. So I'm waiting for payday, which is for me. I get paid once a month, the last working day of the month. Well, so for me right now, that's Wednesday. I get paid. Yeah, Wednesday. So and then right now I'm like,
Wednesday, and then you should be getting one more if you already did your taxes. That's all they really required. That stimulus package is very interesting. There's a lot of details in it that haven't been figured out yet. Protocols and things of that nature haven't quite been laid out, because there's a lot of special circumstances. Like my business partner is actually disabled, and they cut his disability off last May. So he's been without anything since May last year. And then he came here. He's supposed to be in transition heading over to the Philippines. Can't leave the country now. So he works with me here at the house. And we're sitting here looking for new clients. Now we got one, and then we had to put that one on hold because it was mortgage and all of this stuff hit the fan and nobody wanted to do anything. So everything's in reset mode though. This is the cool thing about it. My conversation earlier with one of my other friends is that he likes to call this the Great Reset. Not the Great Recession nor the Great Depression. It's the Great Reset because the markets have corrected. Everything in the markets has corrected. Prices have rolled back to what they were pre-2000s. Like bucket of KFC costs more than a barrel of oil right now. That's really huge. So if anybody has any liquidity to go put something in something, go talk to a specialist and go find out, because you literally have the opportunity here to reset your future and have a better future, because all these things are going to come back. They're all going to come back.
With my work, one thing about my work that's kind of nice is like I don't get paid a whole bunch. Like I don't care who knows. I get paid $18.03 an hour. You know, I'm still
not bad.
No, but like after taxes and due to price of living here, I'm still technically underneath the poverty. Technically speaking, I am still underneath the poverty.
Yeah.
And because you're supposed to, your rent and everything is supposed for a living wage, like for a living, being able to live properly, comfortable living. That's what I was looking for. To be able to have comfortable living, your rent's supposed to be a quarter of your paycheck. A quarter. Mine's a little over a third.
Yeah, it's not comfortable.
And that, no, it's not. And you know, after taxes and everything like that,
that just makes it harder. That just makes it harder.
It makes it harder. So, you know, it's like stuff like that is difficult, but you know, I have good benefits. I have stocks where it's for retirement, where I forget the name of the exact name of them, but it's like the top 100 companies and
It's
like
a
it's
it's a
American
it's a fund.
100 and
It's a
yeah,
fund.
it's like the
Yeah.
American it's
Yeah.
American 100 and then like Business 100, whatever they're called.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I take a little bit out of like the top 100 companies.
Yep.
Like I've invested a little bit in each one of the top 100 companies, and so because I wanted stability, like you say, when you're younger, get more risky ones. But like I always think a little bit more long term myself. I'm like, because I've been homeless, I've been broke, I've been lived in condemned houses, I've had drive-by shootings and drug dealings next to me growing up. So I'm like, you know, just give me something where it's like
Yeah.
it steadily grows up all the time.
You're basically in an
Fine.
index product is what that is. So and
Mhm.
that's good because you find stability even in the midst of this craziness that's going on. Everybody took a hit. The cool part, the opportunity that Richard was saying was open, my buddy, is that even if you're in those things right now,
Mhm.
you could go back to a performing asset that used to be really expensive and invest in that right now, like Boeing. Boeing
Mhm.
was 365 a share.
Mhm.
When that hit came, they went clean down to 96.
Mhm.
It would be a good idea because Boeing's still going to make money even though they kind of messed up
Oh
their
yeah,
affairs
Boeing's
here.
right here, right?
Yeah.
Boeing's like 40 minutes away from me.
Yeah, they actually closed down their facility for a bit because they found out the corona was
Mhm.
running through there.
Oh yeah.
One of my business partners' buddies is affected, and
Yeah.
he works for Boeing. But not even that. I mean, the banks are still low right now. Wells Fargo, which used to
Yeah.
be Wells Fargo, was somewhere in the I think 100 or something range. No,
Yeah.
65 a share. And it went clean down to like $16.
Mhm.
So it's the great reset. It's a setup for a comeback.
Mhm.
And we that don't have as much money in our bank accounts right now
Mhm.
still have the opportunity to make money. Like you're doing Twitch, I'm doing Up Live, the food
Yes.
distribution thing. You know, we're all moving around, finding a way to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
What
doing.
what caused you to do Twitch? How'd you pick up on that? I mean, why
I
that?
have I have a few friends that do Twitch. Few TikTok friends that do Twitch
Okay.
that are really fairly successful on it, and I would play with them while they were live because you know there's multiplayer games like Elder Scrolls Online and Overwatch and things like that that they would play, and I have Overwatch and I have Elder Scrolls, so I'd play with them while they were live, and I would host their channels while they played. And since I can't really do much once I get off work, because I can't really leave
Right.
my apartment much aside from go on walks and stuff, I was like, you know, I'm playing with them. Might as well try to see, you know, if I would get
Yeah.
a gallery.
Yeah.
And so
That makes sense.
it's fairly easy to set up when if you have a PlayStation or a PC, and I have a PlayStation 4. I just got in the mail my camera for the PlayStation 4 so people can
Nice.
see me while I play. I've done 3 nights of playing so far, and
You've been doing the Elder Scrolls, right?
I've been doing Overwatch and Elder Scrolls.
Okay, cool.
Elder Scrolls have been the last few nights, but you know once paycheck comes around, I have a couple other games I'm gonna be playing, and so to become an affiliate, you're supposed to stream for one of the things is stream for 8 hours. I'm almost there on that one. I'm at 7 hours. Stream for 7 days, different days. I've streamed for 3. Tonight will be number 4. Have 50 followers. I'm at 28 followers.
Nice. Good deal.
And have an average of 3 people in your stream consistently. And I am at 6 is my average. I had Monday, I averaged 2. Tuesday, I had like 25 different people plus come into my stream, so that
Nice.
bumped up my average
Nice.
quite a bit. And then last night I averaged about 5 or so consistently
Perfect.
in my stream.
Perfect.
So it's been helping me out. You know, I've been
You just got that
sharing.
last hour and then a couple more days and you should be good. Well, and a few
Yeah,
more
and a lot,
subscribers.
and a few of those have to happen in 30 days. And so that's going to, luckily I have a decent following on TikTok and a decent following on Instagram. So that helps out with getting the word out. I'm in a few Discords where they share lives.
Yeah.
And so like Twitch streams. And so I was able to talk to my friends that I'm in their Discords for that. And they're sharing my streams for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good buddy of mine from TikTok who streams, he's helping me set up my Twitch stream and a Discord channel just for my fan base that may come from Twitch to let people know when I'm live, or my different projects on TikTok, or in my schedule on Twitch and things of that nature, set up my link trees and all this different stuff. And he's helping me out with that. Luckily for him, he's in a fairly well off financially, so he's helping me out with my stuff, because he's a really good friend. Like, he's one of my best friends from TikTok, and he's become a really good friend of mine for the past almost 2 years now. So
what are you on? What are you called online? What's your Twitch?
Josh the Human, Josh _the Human. It's the same as my TikTok. My Instagram is TikTok Bobby, because that's my nickname from TikTok, because of me doing like Bobby Singer cosplays on there.
Okay, we just got another subscriber.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, yeah,
I
man.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm on Twitch. I'm not set up to do anything on Twitch because I just haven't had time.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, a lot of time with people, like, if you don't really do anything, but you have friends and you may not stream, but you have friends on there and you have quite a few, you can host people's streams on your channel, so your friends can see, people you follow and see their streams on there. And that helps out getting out the word of, these different streamers. And that's what I would do, because I had friends on Twitch, and like, I didn't stream, but I would host my other friends when they stream, so that way friends who may not know some of my other friends can see, okay, this is someone that Josh follows. People like Ghoul Bagel, her husband, my friend Lankalot, Good Grief George, all who stream on there, Mr. Pillow Suit, Quincy, Tavern. These are all people from TikTok and Discord that I know, and Instagram. They all stream on Twitch, and I would host their streams when they were live. And I still do, if I'm not streaming, I will host their streams as well, just to continue to show that support and help them out, because some of them don't have other jobs. Like,
that's what they do. That's their living.
Yep. And so, I'm all about helping people out, and so I'm going to help them out.
I'm trying to change my display name. It won't let me do it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Whatever. Be like that. Cool. Well, I'll keep an eye out for. I know that you're streaming again probably after this, huh?
Yep. Yep. At 4:30, I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming from 4:30 till about 7:30ish, and then I work overnight tonight. So.
And you're awake now? Yikes! Thanks for spending the time with me.
It's all good, man. I slept in. Today, so to help out with being able to survive. So.
I feel you. All right, cool. Well, listen, Josh, thanks for hanging out with me, brother.
Yep.
I appreciate it. We don't get to talk too often, and I do appreciate the time that we do get when we do have it.
Yes.
There's some new content coming out. Somebody's going to be portraying and this is for our other stuff, guys. Josh and I also belong to a group called the Dark Hunters. We have our own little story arc stuff, and he's like the main tracker and werewolf master. What do you call the protector of the Forbidden Forest and Hogwarts Professor's tag? So he's like he's one of the generals for the character that I play. And my character is about to do a little backstory. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see a little bit of that. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
wait till you guys see who it is.
Oh.
Because they're not normally in the HP tag.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a super huge creator, but once you see who it is, you'll know who it is. And the fact they agreed to do this portion of the backstory, I was very honored, and at the same time, I'm really excited to see how this turns out. We literally pre-recorded the dialogue.
Oh, fun.
We used Audacity. We've been going back and forth, so the dialogue's done with music, and
Nice.
it's gonna be one of those. This is why Fortis doesn't ship.
Gotcha. Oh, you told me a little bit about that. Yeah, you've told me a little bit. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
That's gonna be interesting.
yeah, yeah. Because it's like, we got to keep delivering on the angst. We've done an okay job, but we got to step it up a little bit. So I know you and Havoc totally turned it on. That was really nice. Thanks. Really sitting around blubbering like a baby because of what you guys did. And now
you mean?
now you and Gwen, then you and Gwen started at it, and then it's like Winthrop's dead now, and it was like, holy crap.
For planning that for like what? 3
At least
months?
3 months, and this COVID-19 is just making it harder for us to get content out now, because now there's so much more crap that we got to deal with.
Oh yeah, I know.
But
it's like I'm filming more stuff for Kendros tomorrow. So.
Okay, so I'm going to promise you that I'm going to make you pay with this when this gets released. You will regret the day.
I'm already getting enough ass from people. They're like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. No, you're gonna turn it around. You're gonna be able to watch. You're gonna be able to do this. Saw what I did, right? What about that? See, not that.
I know. I've got to work with Tay on figuring out. We already have some plans for.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to see it.
forward.
I want to see how it plays out, because I know you guys have talked about it before, just never the details. And I love what you guys are doing. I dig what
you like my song choice.
I did. I did.
Had someone like, did you really start McLaughlin this? I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And someone was like, it's like, yeah, how did you? She's like, Josh chose the song.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm like, hey, I wanted y'all to cry, so I'm making y'all cry. while you're seeing her die, I'm having puppies and kitten images go on your mind as well. They're just starving in cages and crying.
We know how to make you squirm. It's all good. That's exactly our point. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you see the choice? Did you see the choice for the final fight music?
Yes, I did. I'm excited.
You like that?
I do. Yes.
The mere fact that they did that concert actually in real life, that was amazing. But I can just see all of us doing a chain on that one, letting loose the last one on that song. I think that would be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I found some cool sound effects. Wait till you see how he shows up to the battlefield.
I'm excited.
That's gonna be so much fun. I got some more stuff to do tonight, so I'll have some stuff out. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. If you've been listening to us, we're kind of ranting at this point.
Yes, okay, it happens every time.
Yeah, Josh and I have a tendency to really drink coffee and just hang out. And that's what Java Chat's for, anyway. I mean, guys, if you're hanging out with us, if you want to follow Josh, he's on Twitch, Josh_DA_Hooman, HOOMAN. Feel free to go follow him, watch him, check him out. If you're on Twitch, hey, share a stream. Why not? It's a lot of fun to sit around and hang out and watch. I'm sure there's a lot of Elder Scrolls people that want to see some tips and tricks, and some people too from Overwatch.
Oh yeah.
What is Overwatch, the one that has the AI that continuously comes up with new scenarios, or which one is that?
Kind of. It's the one where like there's different matches. There's teams of 6 where it has like 2 tanks, 2 fighters, and 2 healers, and they put them in different scenarios where either you have to escort the payload or capture a certain base.
I got you. I remember that one.
Yeah, it's the one with Diva and Mercy and all of them. And I do those two right now. I'll be getting the new Doom Eternal game. Then I'll be doing that one.
I'll watch that. I saw a preview on it. Holy crap!
Mhm.
The new Doom looks
I-
badass.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that one. I'm also getting, because Skyrim right now is cheap on PlayStation
Really?
PSN,
I
and
wonder if
it's
it's
like
cheap over
16
on
bucks.
Steam. Really?
It's like $16 for the whole thing. That includes the DLCs.
Really?
Yes.
I
So
may
I'm
have to
going to be
do
getting
that.
that in the next. I'm going to be getting that with my paycheck. Those two games from the next paycheck, and I'll be doing a night of Elder Scrolls, a night of Doom, a night of Skyrim, a night of Overwatch. At least 4 nights a week.
I
I'll
really
be
want to
doing
do
one of
Doom
each.
though. I really want to do Doom. I like
It
Doom.
looks like it's fun. I have a friend who said that he really enjoyed doing it. And also Monday nights I'll be hosting my friend Steven's stream, and he'll be streaming the D&D night that I do,
Okay.
that I'm the DM for. He'll be streaming that, and that's about 3 hours. And so you'll be able to see me DM our group and all the wackiness and stuff that goes all along with that. We're currently playing a homebrew that I came up with, that I've been
Nice.
typing up and
Nice.
creating for like the last 4 months and still kind of adding on to. So we've been playing together since November.
Another done in the making.
Oh yeah. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's a really wacky group of individuals. All of us TikTokers, and we've all been really close friends for a while. So we all
That's the best.
Oh, it's fun, and they keep me on my toes as a DM. And I play. It's 5th edition. For those of you that know D&D Talks, 5th edition is the newest one. But I stick to the rules for the most part. But there are certain things where I'm like, okay, I want this to work out. Let me see what I can come up with to make what you want to happen. Because it'd be like, I want to be able to throw my compatriot over to a bad guy and have my compatriot hit them over or something. I'm like, okay, that's technically 2 moves, but let me see how I can make that work. Have you roll athletics check, have them roll a dexterity check, have you roll a strength check, and see if we can make this happen. So I try to keep it fun and loose in some areas, but still strict in other areas.
Got it.
Try to keep it really engaged in. Because if you're too strict with the rules, it's not really fun. If you're too loose with the rules, not really fun. If you find that happy median,
it becomes God modish, and that doesn't make it any worthwhile. Yeah, nobody benefits.
And I don't want to blue thunder people. So.
Yeah. Right.
Your characters annoy me. They're dead. All right, where's your backup character?
Who was that? Who was it? Somebody just posted that too. Somebody was posting that picture of a guy smiling next to a coffin, going DM with an annoying character.
Yeah. Oh, I think I shared that.
Oh, is it you?
It was in my story on Instagram. It was in my story. I'm like,
that was it.
Yep. And I was like,
that's awesome.
I'm like, I've had that thought so many times. I'm like, no. I can punish them in different ways. Punish in different ways.
Give them a blood curse. I could give them continuously snotty nose that they have to continuously roll dexterity in order to be able to get anything. And unless they get a natural 18, it doesn't work. Or
yeah. Oh, me with nat ones are fun.
I bet.
I don't have it necessarily be a complete fail.
Right.
But I will have it be something that's really fun to kind of see. So.
Yeah, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna end it for us. Thanks, Josh. Again, I appreciate you, brother. We'll do some updates. I want to see how Seattle does. Yeah. You're right there in the middle of it, and you're like my one insight. So we'll do another one.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be happily come on again. So
glad to have you. All right, guys. So remember, whatever you do whatever you have to take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Get out in the sunlight. He's right. Get out in the sunlight. Make sure you're still taking your vitamins. Whatever it takes, guys. And then physical distancing, not social distancing. Share the love. I posted something that was a joke recently, but I'm in a way, I'm kind of serious about it, which was, this is how we greet each other from now on, live long and prosper. Well, send that love anyway. Be present. You never know who it's going to help.
Spread love, not hate.
Mental health is definitely a big deal right now because people are stuck at home.
For sure.
So, all right, guys. Till next time, we'll talk to all of you and love each other because we love you. Ciao for now.
Exactly.